Now, many Africans in the United States celebrate the July 4th holiday in style with added flavor from the continent. And joining me today is Julie Weche, founder of Elimu Tutoring and Training Center in Baltimore, Maryland. Julie is a native of Kenya. Also with me today is Dr. Mohammed Nabie, chairman of the Sierra Leone Progressive Union-U.S.A. Welcome to you both to Africa 54.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Doctor, good to have you here. So in case of anything, we have a medical doctor in the studio now.
Thank you.
Let me start with you, Mohammed. How do you spice up July 4th celebration?
Okay, what we do is, first we obey the tradition in the United States, the importance of 4th of July. But we do it a little different because we try to bring in the African, the Sierra Leonean tone to it. And in that way, back home, how we celebrate our independence is we do get the parades. And of course, the African tradition calls for us to come together as family and we eat together. So we do that here too. And we are not much into the tradition of fireworks that they do here back home. So what we do is we come together as a family and we prepare our African food and we invite guests from everywhere in the United States, come around and then we sit and eat our food.
Wow,
yes.
Great. Julie, what about you? What are you injecting from Kenya?
Well, we have been invited for the last 20 years by the men in the Kenyan community. They rent the park at Gunpowder Falls Park in Baltimore, and they have invited all Kenyans and, of course, friends of Kenya to the park, and they actually slaughter goats, which is a traditional meat from Kenya, and, of course, we inject American foods, especially for our children who are used to, American foods. So we have hundreds and hundreds of Kenyans meeting on Saturday, this Saturday and every Saturday.
What about today? You have some barbecue planned for today, Dr. Mohammed?
Yes, well, as it is, I'm the chairman of the Sierra Leone Progressive Union, and what we usually do is, as a union, is we help with educational system in Sierra Leone. Last year we were able to donate about 1,000 chairs and desks. We've been giving scholarships, but we decided to swing a little in a different direction so that we can cover more students. So for us, the 4th of July is very important. What we do is, this is the day we have what we call a picnic. And this year we're having it in Annandale, and it's talk of the town.
Sure.
So we come together, make our food, the same custom, and
Julie, you are a community organizer, and you were recently honored by the county officials in Baltimore for what? What made you stand out?
Well, we ran a really successful Madaraka Day event. Madaraka Day is celebrated by Kenyans as the day that 56 years ago that Kenya gained its self-rule. And we held it on June the 8th, and we brought together over 600 Kenyans to come together and watch presentations by the children and the youth of
But the county officials are American. How did you get to be awarded? Do you bring in Americans as well? Do you inject the culture of America as well into these celebrations?
Well, our children are born and brought up here. So we wanted the Baltimore County executives to come in and watch what the children of Baltimore County are doing in their county. So while we invited them, they then came and celebrated with us, and it was an honor to have them.
Okay, there are two key questions I want to ask.
Yes.
One for you, one for Julie. Now, what is one thing, Dr. Mohammed, you love about being in America?
One thing I love about being in America is it's giving us all the opportunity to grow. Grow in the sense we grow like education-wise, and with that growth, we are able to get something and help our people back home. And especially like the Sierra Leone Progressive Union, as I'm saying, we're there to promote education. We've been in existence for 25 years, and this year is our 25th anniversary, so we're extending invitation to everybody.
All right, Julie, and for you, what have you learned from America's patriotism, especially on Independence Day like today, that we can inject to those countries we come from?
Well,
Very
what I see is that Americans are so proud of being American. And that is what I try to inject in my community, just to be proud of who they are as Kenyans and also as Americans living here.
Wonderful. You know, I love America. I have to say that. This is a country that has given us many opportunities. We've come from different countries. And so happy 4th to all of us, right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Same to you.
All
You
right.
too.
All right. Thank you so much. Well, I guess we'll be going to do some celebrations of some sort.
Yes.
I'll mix mine with American and
Yeah,
yours
that's
with
great.
the Sierra Leonean.
Yes, we have our
Mine with
carnival.
Kenyan.
I'm saying inviting everybody. And on November 30, we're having our 25th anniversary dinner and dance.
Wow.
So everybody.
Are we invited?
Yes, you are invited, and I'm going to extend invitation to
All
the
right,
Kenyans.
thank
Thank
you
you
so
very much.
much.
And also, I hope you can join us for that.
All right. Thanks,
you.
Julie
Thank
and
you.
Mohammed. Julie Weche is the founder of Elimu Tutoring and Training Center in Baltimore, and Dr. Mohammed Nabie is chairman of the Sierra Leone Progressive Union-U.S.A. And that's our show for today. Be sure to watch Africa 54 on our website at voaafrica.com. From all of us here in Washington, have a good evening.